Hey all, welcome to Homeschool. This is your mathematics question paper which is conducted today and I am going to provide you key answers for this. Let us see the first question. The nth term of an arithmetic progression is an is equal to 4n plus 5. Then its fifth term is, substitute in n plus 5, 5 4s are 20, 20 plus 5, 25. First one answer is option C. Second one, when the quadratic equation 5x square is equal to 2 into 2x plus 3 is expressed in the standard form, the constant term obtained is, you need to simplify this, 5x square is equal to 4x plus 6. 5x square minus 4x minus 6 equal to 0. Constant term, it is minus 6. So your option is option D. Third one, x minus 2y equal to 0 and 3x plus 4y minus 20 equal to 0 are. See here, the two lines you need to compare the coefficient ratio 1 by 3 and here minus 2 by 4. Compare here, this will be minus 1 by 2 and 1 by 3 is not equal. If the two ratios are not equal, the lines are intersecting. So option A, intersecting lines, is the correct answer. Fourth one, the pair of equations of lines as shown in the graph are, you can see the graph here and the two lines are intersecting at 1, 0. X value is 1 and y value is 0. So you need to identify what are the equations. See the options. From options we need to see 1 plus 0 is 1 and here if you substitute x and y value, 2 minus 0 it will be 2. So this option is wrong and let's go with this. X value 1 and y value is 0. 2 plus 0, 2 and here 1 plus 0, 1 is not equal to 2. Therefore, we go with the C option. 2 into 1, 2 minus 0. 2 minus 0 is 2 and here 4 into 1, 4. 4 minus 0 is 4. Yes. This is the right option. So option C, 2x minus y equal to 2 and 4x minus y equal to 4 is the correct answer. Fifth one, if the pair of linear equations in two variables a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0 are parallel lines, then the correct relation of their coefficients is, if they are parallel, directly you can say a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is not equal to c1 by c2. Option A is right answer. Sixth one, if the pair of lines 2x plus 3y plus 7 equal to 0 and ax plus by plus 14 equal to 0 are coincident lines, then the value of a and b are respectively equal to. If they are coincident, we remember the ratio a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2. Substitute the values. 2 by a is equal to 3 by b is equal to 7 by 14. 1, 2. You can equate here. 2 by a is equal to 1 by 2. A is equal to 4. And similarly, if you equate these two, you are going to get b is equal to 6. So your option is option C, 4 and 6 is your right answer. Seventh one, which of the following is an arithmetic progression? If you need to check arithmetic progression, you can see the difference here. Minus 1 it will be minus 2. Minus 2 minus of minus 1 it will be minus 2 plus 1 it will be minus 1. So this is not an arithmetic progression. 5 minus 1 4. 9 minus 5 4. So the difference is constant. Therefore this is arithmetic progression. Option B is correct answer. Eighth one, the 11th term of an arithmetic progression. You know here arithmetic progression given a is equal to minus 3 and d is equal to minus 1 minus of minus 3 will be plus 3. 3 minus 1 2. 11th term general form a plus 10d minus 3 plus 10 into 2 that is 20. 20 minus 3 it will be 17. Option D, 17 is the right answer. Ninth one, sum of the first 10 terms of an arithmetic progression is 155. S10 is equal to 155 and sum of the first 9 terms of the same progression is 126. S9 is equal to 126. Then the 10th term of the progression. You know the formula, A10 is equal to S10 minus S9. If you subtract 155 minus 126, we get 29. So your option is option C. 10th one, if one root of the equation 2x square plus ax plus 6 equal to 0 is 2. One root already we know, we need to find the value of a. Substitute that value in the place of x. 2 into 2 whole square plus a into 2 plus 6 equal to 0. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. 8 plus 6 it will be 14. 2a is equal to 14 minus 14. Okay, this 14 if you send other side minus 14. A is equal to minus 14 by 2. That will be minus 7 is your answer. That is option C is your answer. 11th one, the discriminant of the quadratic equation px square plus qx plus r equal to 0 is. Discriminant we remember b square minus 4ac. So b value is q square minus 4 into a value is p, c value is r. Q square minus 4pr. Check the option. Option A, q square minus 4pr is the right answer. 12th one, if 4x, 10 are in arithmetic progression, the value of x is. You remember this arithmetic mean formula, right? That is 4 plus 10 by 2. X is equal to 4 plus 10, 14 by 2. That will be 7. So your answer is option D, 7. 13th one, the roots of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 are. We know this by formula directly. That is x is equal to minus b plus or minus root b square minus 4ac by 2a. Option A is the right answer. 14th one, the roots of the equation x minus 3 into x plus 2 equal to 0. Directly you can write x minus 3 equal to 0. That is x equal to 3 and x plus 2 equal to 0. X is equal to minus 2. Therefore, the roots are 3 and minus 2. Your option B is right answer. 15th one, if the sum of two consecutive integers is 27, then the integers are sum. You can write here as x plus 1 is equal to 27. X plus x, 2x plus 1 send other side. 27 minus 1 will be 26. X is equal to, divide this to 13. So, one integer is 13 and another integer is 13 plus 1, 14. So, 13 and 14 are the two integers, consecutive integers. So, option B is your right answer, 13 and 14. 16th one, in the figure, the value of sine theta is. You can see a right angle triangle. The value of theta, sine theta, that is opposite by hypotenuse. Opposite is 1 by hypotenuse 2. Sine theta means opposite by hypotenuse. So your answer is 1 by 2. Therefore your option A, 1 by 2 is the right answer. 17th one, the value of sine 30 degree plus cos 60 degree minus tan 45 degree is. Substitute the value. Sine 30 value is 1 by 2, cos 60 1 by 2, minus tan 45 is 1. Do LCM here. 2 by 2, that is 1, minus 1, 1 minus 1 will be 0. Option D, 0 is the right answer. 18th one, 3 plus secant square theta is equal to. We know that secant square theta we can write it as 1 plus tan square theta. 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 plus tan square theta. Option A is the right answer. 19th one, the angle of elevation of the top of a tower from a point on the ground, which is 30 meters away from the foot of the tower is 30 degree. Then the height of the tower is tan 30 is equal to, tan 30 degree is equal to opposite by adjacent is 30. Tan 30 value is 1 by root 3. That is opposite by 30. Then opposite is nothing but the height of the tower, 30 by root 3. But denominator we don't get in root form. So multiply for this. This will be 30 root 3 by root 3 into root 3, 3. Cancel. 10 root 3 is your answer. 10 root 3 meters. Option C is the right answer. 20th one, the value of sine theta into cosecant theta is, very simple, sine theta into cosecant theta is nothing but 1 by sine theta. Cancel, 1 is the answer. Option B is the right answer. 21st one, the formula to find the midpoint of the line segment joining the points A x1, y1 and B x2, y2 is midpoint x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. You can write x2 plus x1 and y2 plus y1 also. So you go with option A. Option A is the right answer. 22nd one, the distance between the points x1, y1 and x2, y2 is. Distance formula, as I have told for you, they may give you x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, or x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. Therefore, your answer is option A, square root of x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. 23rd one, the value among the observations of most repeated score of the data is. Most repeated score is mode. So option B is the right answer. 24th one, the mean of the following scores is. We are talking about mean. Sum of the scores by total number of the scores. Add the scores. 1 plus 3, 4. 4 plus 5, 9. 9 plus 7, 16. 16 by total how many scores you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 4s are 16. Therefore, mean answer is D. 4 is the right answer. 25th one, the relation among the mean, mode and median is. That is option A, 3 median is equal to 2 mean plus mode. Option A is the right answer. 26th one, a cylinder made of wax is melted and recast completely into a sphere. Then the volume of sphere is, see here, cylinder completely melted to form a sphere. Volume of a sphere is equal to volume of cylinder. Option D, it is volume of sphere is equal to volume of cylinder. 28th one, the formula to find the midpoint of the class interval is. Class interval midpoint. What is the formula? Lower limit plus upper limit by 2. Here you have in option C, upper limit plus lower limit by 2. Option C is the right answer. 28th one, in the triangle ABC, XY parallel to BC. Then check the basic proportionality ratio there or not here. AX by AB, okay. AC by AY, no. So let me go with option B. AX by BX is equal to AY by CY. Option B is the right answer. 29th one, observe the given two triangles and then identify the length of DF in the following. See, observe these two triangles here, 60 degree, 60 degree. And this one 3.8, 2s are 7.6 centimeters. I think the ratio of these two triangles is 1:2. 6, 2s are 12. Other side is also in the ratio of 1:2. That means 3 root 2 into 2, that will be 6 root 2 is your answer. 6 root 2 centimeters. Option A is the correct answer. 30th one, triangle ABC similar to triangle PQR. Area of triangle ABC. ABC area is 64 and triangle PQR area is 100 centimeters square. Then AB length is 8 centimeters. What is the length of PQ is your question. We know that the ratio of the areas of two triangles is equal to square of the corresponding sides of the triangle. We don't know this. X x square. Or directly you can say 8 8s are 64. 100 is a perfect square of what? 10. Therefore, x is equal to 10 centimeters. Option C, 10 centimeters is the right answer. Hmm. 31st one, in the triangle ABC, angle B is equal to 90 degree and BD perpendicular to AC. AB is equal to 6 centimeter, BC is equal to 8 centimeter. Then the length of CD is, we need to calculate length of CD. I have already discussed with you these all formulas. If you need CD, remember this formula. BC square is equal to CD into AC. We know BC 8 whole square. We don't know CD. AC is 10. 8 8s are 64. 10 bring this side by 10 is equal to CD. 64 by 10 is nothing but 6.4 centimeters. CD is 6.4 centimeters. That is option B is the right answer. 32nd one, in the given figure, AT is a tangent. You can see here, AT is a tangent drawn at the point A to the circle with center O. If this is a tangent, this will be perpendicular to the radius such that OT is equal to 4 centimeters. Angle OTA 30 degree. Then AT is, how can you find this? Forget about the circle. This is a right angled triangle, right? When right angle triangle given and one angle is given, you can apply the ratio. Which ratio? Cos 30 degree is equal to adjacent AT by hypotenuse OT. Cos 30, it is root 3 by 2. AT value we don't know. OT is 4. AT is equal to 4 root 3 by 2. Cross multiply. That is 2 root 3 centimeters is the right answer. That is your option C is the correct answer. Thirty-third one, in the given figure PA, PBC is a line and CD are the tangents to a circle with center O. If PC is equal to 8 centimeters and AP 5 centimeters, the length of tangent CD is your question. See here, if this is 8, if P is an external point, AP is equal to PB, then this will be 5 centimeters. 8 minus 5, this is 3 centimeters. And again, if C is external point, BC is equal to DC. If this is 3 centimeter, this will be 3 centimeter. Therefore, what is the length of the tangent CD? 3 centimeters. That is your option D is the right answer. 34th one, the wrong statement in the following is. We need to pick the wrong statement. A tangent to a circle touches the circle exactly at one point. Yes, tangent always touches at only one point of a circle. When a straight line is drawn to a circle, it always passes through the point on the circle. See here, let us see once again. If a straight line is drawn to a circle, it always passes through a point on the circle. No, if it is a tangent, it passes on a point. But if I draw a line, it is passing inside. If I draw like this, it will be tangent. This statement I cannot accept. Let me go with the other statement. The point common to the circle and its tangent is called the point of contact. Yes, this is true. The tangent drawn at any point to a circle is perpendicular to the radius of the circle. Yes, this is also true. So I go with the option B. When a straight line is drawn to a circle, it always passes through a point on a circle is a wrong statement. Therefore, option B is the answer. Thirty-fifth one, which is the next step of construction while constructing a pair of tangents to a circle from an external point T given in the figure. Okay, we draw a circle and external point, we join this. Next, we are doing bisector. After drawing arcs, what is our next step? We try to join, right? So, this is your answer, option A. What is your next step after drawing the arcs? we join the intersecting point of the arcs. This is the perpendicular bisector. So option A is the right answer. 36th one, the surface area of a sphere is 616 square centimeter. The radius of the same sphere is, surface area of a sphere 4 pi r square is equal to 616. Okay, now we need to find the radius. R square is equal to 616 by 4 into 22 by 7 and other side 7 by 22. Cancel. 11 2s are 11 5s, 11 6, and again 2, 28, 7s. So 7 7s are 49. R square is equal to 49. R is equal to 7. Therefore, radius of the same sphere is 7 centimeters. 37th one, the volume of a cone as shown in the figure is, you can see the cone, height, radius and slant height is given. What is the volume of a cone? We know that it is 1/3 of the volume of a cylinder, that is 1 by 3 pi r square h. Your option C is the right answer. 38th one, the formula to find the total surface area of a right circular based cylindrical vessel of base radius r centimeter and height h centimeters opened at one end is, understand this, this is a cylinder, right? This is opened at one end. One end, what is the total surface area? You can see the curved surface area of a cylinder and the area of the base. One end is open, so I don't consider the top. CSA of a cylinder formula is 2 pi RH plus area of a circular base pi r square. Check for the option here. Pi r square plus 2 pi RH centimeter square. Yes, option A is the right answer. 39th one, to find the CSA of a frustum of a cone as shown in the figure, the formula used is frustum of a cone, height h, radius r1 and r2, slant height L. We know CSA of a frustum of a cone is pi L into r1 plus r2. That is, your option C is the right answer. Last and the final question is 40th one. The total surface area of solid hemisphere is 462 centimeters square. Total surface area, hemisphere here. So this is the figure. Total surface area means CSA of hemisphere plus area of circular base, you can see here, right? If the curved surface area of it is, CSA of a hemisphere is given, that is 308, and then the area of the base of hemisphere is, this is total surface area. Total surface area of the solid hemisphere is, formula what you can take, CSA of a hemisphere, this hemisphere plus area of the top circular base, right? They have given total surface area how much? 462 is equal to, CSA of a hemisphere is also given 308 centimeters square. Then the area of the base, what is this is your question. So send this 308 this side. Area of circular base, base of a hemisphere will be circular, right? Is equal to 462 minus 308. That will be 154 centimeters square. So your answer is option C, 154 centimeters square. So with this, we end this question paper. All the best for your next exam, guys. Thank you all.